pouring.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't matter. Severe thunderstorms all across Lynchburg. We will risk our life to be here for the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. We might, need to go visit OrthoVirginia, walk into our car later.
You're slipping, you're falling, but you know what? The Flame Central podcast is here. You know why? Because we're for the people, we're with the people, we're of the people, and we're going to give the people what they need to know about flame sports.
That's right.
Yeah, and what you need to know is that you need to go to, ESPN.com?
ESPN's Tournament Challenge.
Get to it right out of the gate.
Own group.
It's March. It's madness.
You can join. Search Flame Central Podcast. You'll see it. I'm the only person in the group right now. It's pretty easy to identify.
Joe, what's the deadline? Because Joe and I will probably join Thursday
at 10:30. I'll be logging on.
This year is my year. I really feel it.
Okay.
And I am locking in.
So you can win.
I'm going to give you analytics.
Winner will get a mug. Maybe I didn't mention this to you, but you'll win a mug. You'll also receive 2 days, 1 night at the yacht compound. You can spend time lounging by the pool. Joe McGillia's famous pancakes.
Yeah, pickleball.
I didn't check with Dina to make sure this is okay.
Whatever
I'll let you handle
do,
that.
Just
Little
don't
pickleball.
play no pool basketball with him. He'll try to drown you. You might not get out of there alive.
That part's not true. Just want to make sure so we don't argue legally. That part's not true.
Have we ever told the story about the drowning?
Yes, a couple of times.
We have
Chad Wells mentioned it.
Chad Wells. Okay, I just want to make sure that the folks knew.
Can't wait for spring football. It definitely doesn't matter if it's in the indoor or not. You are not playing football today.
Joe Yock right now would be like, we're practicing.
Outdoors.
You got to experience this.
Oh, 100%.
What if you play in hail in October? You want to be ready.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what?
How many chances do you get?
Lightning storms, I don't care.
That's right.
Well, actually,
All
right, fine. Lightning will draw the line.
Okay, let's go hit the lakes.
Your dad would.
Hey, I don't know if anybody's interested, but I have a couple great stories from my local news days whenever I had to go storm chasing in Amarillo, Texas. Yeah. You're talking West Texas.
Amarillo by morning.
We need like a whole separate after hours podcast that's just like personal stories that have nothing to do with Liberty Athletics.
But then see how often, or see how the numbers are, and see if people actually care.
They care more about
that.
We'll put that at
actually
the end of the
a really
show.
good idea.
Oh my gosh, no. That's an awful idea. Hey, we have an All-American guest joining today's show. Two-time All-American, Allie Zealand. Her efforts in the 3K were incredible this past week at Nationals, Indoor Nationals. So we'll get to her in just a moment. But be sure you sign up for that Flames Central podcast.
Just search. Go to the groups, ESPN.com, their tournament challenge. Search Flame Central Podcast. You'll see it.
And sign up for your bracket. I'm pretty sure I won that last year.
No, you didn't win it.
That does not.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
Hey, speaking of basketball, unfortunately, the Flames will not be playing in the NCAA tournament. They will, however, be playing in the NIT, so Matt has numbers that matter and break down against their opponent, George Mason, that game's tomorrow.
Tomorrow night,
Are we going? Are we taking it? No, I'm kidding.
I think I'll watch. It's ESPN 2.
Fairfax County, Virginia, county of Joe Yock, where he grew up.
There you go.
Bam.
Is there a street sign that says that?
Street sign.
Yeah, just in case. That's not a number that matters, but that's good.
Do we have any mailbag today?
We do have one mailbag.
We have a mailbag coming your way.
Everybody's so depressed after the loss that we get one mailbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, things aren't good at Flames Nation right now.
No. Okay, so let's discuss that CUSA tournament. Matt was on the call for, what was it, 8 of those games? Six.
How'd you hold up, buddy?
It was great. It was such a blast. It was so much fun.
This is like right up Matt's alley.
Yeah, that's gotta be fun.
This tournament, we talk all year about how close this conference is, and the tournament completely lived up to that. Yeah. Every game was like we didn't have a blowout. Every game was great. Didn't have any overtimes, which I thought we might get, but no, every game was awesome. It was a great time in Huntsville.
You guys did a great job as well. The Flames unfortunately fell in the quarterfinal round to Missouri State. What did you see in that game that it just wasn't ideal?
You got first off, I'll say this. The matchup was, I thought, best case scenario for Liberty. Because Missouri State beat FIU. FIU is way longer. We'd seen FIU take Liberty to overtime twice and had some great chances to beat them twice.
I was rooting for Missouri State.
So I thought that was the better matchup. I'll also say this. That side of the bracket was the better side of the bracket as well, I thought, for Liberty, because you don't run into Western Kentucky, you don't run into Kennesaw State, you don't see Sam Houston. So I thought that was better as well. Missouri State, it was simple. Like there wasn't like they threw it in. Michael Osebantu, 6'4", 280, just monster of a man.
He's a ham.
He is a big bruiser. In fact, their head coach Council Martin told us, he's like, once the season ends, he goes, he's going to be a 10-year NFL vet. He's like, NFL teams are calling. He's going to pursue that route.
Really?
Wow.
He's going to. I mean, he moves so well.
Did he
280.
play football too?
He did not. His mom never let him play football. So he's going to be the classic, like, can you make that transition?
Wow.
Bobby Boucher ain't playing no foosball.
That's right.
Mama said Bobby Boucher ain't playing no foosball.
Mama said
Bobby Boucher played foosball.
Yeah.
Is that Waterboy?
Waterboy.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
That's a
Crocodiles.
throwback.
Yeah. What is it? They're so angry because they have all them teeth and no toothbrush to brush them with. That's another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Alba Mugala.
It reminds me of Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
It just takes 2 seconds to get off the rails in this podcast.
But yeah, they said that he's going to pursue that. His mom wouldn't let him play football. Maybe more so just thinking of the safety of the other kids.
Yeah.
More so than his, because he's a beast.
Yeah.
It was simple. Throw it into him. Let him go to work. Career high 31 points, 14 of 16 from the field. Like Liberty had no answer for him. And that was the challenging part. And you knew pretty early on, at least in my mind as the game was unfolding, Liberty's in trouble.
Right.
And listen, I like Ryan Jones. Like, I hope he becomes a great player for Liberty. He certainly has the physical traits to do so. But he played like 2 minutes a game in conference play, and Liberty went to him at like the 10-minute mark of the first half, and we're like, we need you to stop this guy. And that's a lot to ask of him, a guy that hasn't played very much, and he battled and he had 4 fouls. But like, Liberty just did not have an answer. Thought maybe they tried double team and take it out of his hands a little bit more.
They did eventually.
They did a little here and there.
It was almost too late.
Yeah, he had really been going for a while, and he is a good passer too. But I mean, 14 to 16, like they just had no answer for him. And then credit Missouri State as well. They made 8 of 16 from 3.
Ooh.
So they made a couple of Trey Williams, a freshman, made 2 clutch threes at the end that pretty much locked it up. And Liberty on the other side, you look, they were 9 of 31 from 3-point range. So that's not going to get it done.
I mean, they were chucking them up late.
Yeah, late. Some of those were definitely late.
Yeah.
I do want to say, like, Zach Cleveland, we talked about how important he was. And here lately, I've been talking about how, like, he's got to rebound and he's got to do more. He was fantastic. He had 20 points, 14 rebounds.
Wow, good night.
He did all he could do, 9 of 14 from the field. He did all he could do. Some tough shooting nights for some other guys. And
I know they're playing in the NIT, but I was heartbroken watching Zach Cleveland on the podium after. He's just like, I never wish this feeling upon anybody.
Yeah, and you could see, like, Caden Matheny, I don't know if he said more than 2 words in that post-game press conference. You could see how much it was hurting him.
Yeah.
You just kept waiting for those guys, like a Colin Porter, Caden Matheny, to just be like, just get on my back. We're making the move. And in the second half, that run just never came. It just never came.
So we talked earlier in this season, or throughout really this season, about the depth factor. And I'm not trying to, I mean, this was an incredible team, a great season. But is the depth issue more to blame, or is it the size issue more to blame when you look at their performance really in that last sample size of, let's say, 5 to 6 games?
Yeah. A little bit of both, but that's on the size side for sure, I think.
Okay.
And I do want to wait. Like, I do have a lot of thoughts on, like, the season and moving forward and stuff. I do want to wait on that till after the NIT.
Right.
It's not
the
fair
season isn't technically over.
The season's not over
It's
yet.
not over.
But you look at last year, so losing, obviously Isaiah Enan's injury was a big loss. You know, if you have him, that's the size and
right.
depth that you need. That would be good. Owen Aquino, losing him from a year ago, that was more impactful than I thought it would be. I didn't think it would have as big of an impact. Losing that big, that made a big difference. It was big. You look at these other teams, and that's the interesting part, being able to see them all side by side, and it was totally different when you look at the size and depth of a Kennesaw State, of a Western Kentucky, and you're seeing all that right in front of you. It's like, man, like, whoa, like, what Liberty did winning the regular season and winning 25 games and stuff almost seems more impressive when you see the number of athletes. Yes, exactly.
On the hoof.
Absolutely.
To get off the bus, guys.
And you're like, dang, like a guy like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they got 4, you know? So, like, that yes, the size thing definitely down the stretch.
I believe it's the second smallest team in the entire NCAA, Liberty size in terms.
It's hard to live like that where you're getting out-rebounded every single night.
Yeah.
And Liberty was. I think in what ended up being like 21 conference games with the tournament, Liberty was out-rebounded in all but 4 of them. So that's tough. It's tough to live like that.
So let's not put a bow on the season just yet. Like you said, NIT, George Mason, their opponent tomorrow up in Joe Yacht.
Fairfax County.
Yacht County.
Yacht County.
That's where they made that run that one. You remember that?
Final Four.
Yeah, Final Four
team. Yeah, George in fact,
Mason.
Their coach, Tony Skinn, was a starter on that team.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was 2011 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the great tournament runs we've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
Do you think the Flames, could they do some damage in the NIT?
This will be a tough game. In some ways, there's a similarity in that, like, George Mason won 18 of their first 19 games this season, then lost 6 of 8 to close out the year. So there's some similarities there, right? Like some teams that were really hot and then kind of sputtered down the stretch.
Yeah.
They are really good at home. They're 17-2 at home on the year. One thing that I think, just kind of running through some of the numbers that is good for Liberty, is they're 10th in the A-10 in rebounding.
Okay.
So they aren't really big. You look at their starting 5, they have a 6'11" guy who's like their second leading scorer, but then they have it's like 6'2", 6'5", 6'5".
Yeah.
So they're not particularly big, which is good, obviously, for Liberty. Middle in the pack in terms of scoring, 13th out of 14 in three-pointers made in the A-10. They do have a high field goal percentage. Don't turn it over a lot. They do get to the line a lot. But they're a good defensive squad. But again, not super big, not great on the boards, not great from 3. So
there's
feel
a
like
chance.
How far did they?
It should be a good matchup.
How far did they make it in their tournament?
They lost to St. Bonaventure in their first tournament.
First round.
Yeah.
So they both lost in the first round.
Did you hear all of those numbers?
They matter.
They matter.
There's things that matter, and those
numbers
are
that matter. I just hope, because this group being so experienced, playing together for so long, they got that taste of March Madness last year, and it's just. We were out in Seattle. It's just such a cool experience and so fun. And I just hope that those guys, which I'm sure Coach McKay does a great job of this, aren't looking at this as like a disappointment and that they're going into the NIT ready to play.
I forgot. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't realize this is only the second time in Liberty history they've made the NIT. They've been in the NCAA tournament more than they've been in the NIT. There are a lot of teams in this conference. I'm telling you without a doubt, like if they make the NIT, that's the headline on their game notes all next season. NIT team. Like that's a big deal. So yes, disappointment, sure. Don't like how the season ended. You can still do some things. You can still go on a run. We all remember when they beat Villanova. They went to Wisconsin, almost knocked them off. Like there's still some things out there for them.
There's still some really good teams in the NIT.
They're in that Auburn bracket.
Yeah. Right.
That bracket with Auburn. Auburn's a 1 seed, I believe. Right?
Yeah. So you can still do some things to make it very memorable, obviously. But to your point, you hope the motivation and everything is there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, and I can just speak from my own experience, which was much not at this level, but there is that. Maybe Joe, you can speak to this. There is that thing of like when you're a lot of seniors.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get to a point where guys are just like, I'm just ready. I'm just ready to be done. Like I'm just ready, and I don't think this group is it. And I think the way they went out against Missouri State, they'll be motivated and all. You certainly hope they're approaching this the right way and not like, you know what, I'm ready to move on and just like start doing what I'm gonna do.
And a point that you and I were talking about, because if you have been listening all season, midway through the year, Matt made a point. Conference USA just isn't what it was last year, and this was when the Flames were riding that winning streak and looking like far and away the best team in this league. But then it's almost like you said, the teams have caught up, and this conference is better than what we thought. I'm not trying to be like, hey guys, don't jump off the ledge. I'm not trying to make excuses. Like obviously we wanted the Flames to win the conference tournament, to go to March Madness and all of that, but Conference USA was more competitive than we thought at the end of the season.
Chris Mudge, the Sam Houston coach, said it to us when we talked to him before the last game. He said, there is not the top tier talent. Like the guy, Jerome Pierre, who led who's SMU's in the tournament. Justin Porter, he's playing for Clemson now. They're in the tournament. Like those guys, those top tier guys aren't here. But the amount of depth, it's better. Like the teams from top to bottom, there's more players. And I think when people ask me and I've heard this a lot in the last week, what happened to Liberty? I heard it at the gym this morning, like it was somebody, what happened to Liberty? My theory is this: Liberty, because of the continuity and experience, like they started out here, right? Everybody else with 10 new players or whatever in the league, they're starting out here. As the season progressed, like the floor was higher for Liberty. Right. The ceiling was maybe higher for some of these other teams as they played together and they continued to improve. And then late in the year, that's when they kind of caught the Flames a little bit, was because of that. So we started out a lot further ahead. Over time, they started to mesh, and the league caught up a little bit.
On the women's side, the Lady Flames had a great first-round game. The quarterfinal win
Smackdown
over Sam Houston just looked awesome. But then they were in that bracket with La Tech. La Tech was riding, I believe, a 15-game win streak heading into the tournament, and just a dominant team throughout the season on the women's side. But the Lady Flames dropped that semifinal game, but they looked good. This was a very successful season when you talk about the pieces with Bella Smuda, Coach Green.
Yeah,
it doesn't really
people have moved on.
It doesn't seem like the Lady Flames really skipped a beat this season. They're right where they needed to be.
They kind of on the flip side got better as the season went on. Like that second half of the season, you saw them go to a different level. And a lot of reasons to be encouraged. I feel like they're one or two pieces away. And again, they were a young team. They only lost two players basically. Like you add in another ball handler, you try to get maybe a little bit more athletic on the wing a little bit. Like if they're one or two pieces away from next year, I think they're going to contend if they can keep this group together. And that's a big if these days. You keep Ife Nwabi around, which that I'm sure is
Avery Mills.
and Avery Mills. That's like job number one, right? If you keep them together, add a couple pieces. They're going to be a contender for the title next year. Like absolutely no doubt in my mind. Great first season for Alexis Sherrard. You have a lot of confidence moving forward. And early in the conference season, I don't know if we would have thought that we would get to this point. Remember, they struggled early on. And
they struggled in January.
Yeah,
and I know that there were some injuries.
You're like, what's going on with this team? Yeah, there were injuries. And it's like, are we sure that? And like now you're feeling a lot better about the future and where they're headed. And yeah, they're going to be really good.
I should know this, being a sports broadcaster, but are they in the WNBA?
There is a WBIT. Is that what it's? Yes, looking at Louisiana Tech is in it. I saw that.
Okay.
So they're in it, but yeah, no Liberty.
Okay. No. So sorry, I should know that kind of things before we go on air. It's kind of just like producing on the fly.
It
the
happens.
Flame Central podcast. Hey, we have lots of great story time for you. Joe Yacht got a parking ticket last week.
I did not get a parking ticket.
I caught it in action.
I do want to hear the whole story.
We will hear the whole story in just a moment. I have some great storm chasing stories from my local news days. We'll hit the diamond with some baseball and softball updates. But first, we have
hold on. Before you go to this whole Allie Zealand bit, right? We're not going to get on here. This is Allie's moment. We're not talking about the mile. Okay?
I know
she's a track person.
Shut that down right now.
I'm going to stop this whole thing right now. Let's enjoy having Allie on and her accomplishments.
We don't make it about you.
We don't need to make fun of my non-accomplishments.
We don't need to make it about Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, my husband got me a treadmill for my birthday. I don't know if he's telling me something.
Did he get you a vacuum as well?
No, that's next. But maybe we can
vacuum and a laundry machine.
Mile. Let Allie continue her great racing, and then we'll get you on the treadmill on the CUD.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We can hook you up to all the like it's
my VO2 max.
Yeah.
Jill Drago, I believe Paul Carmody, he did a little voice note to tell me how to do.
Was she close?
Jill Drago. Okay.
Drago.
I could have him on the show as well, but that would have been a little interesting. Where is he from again?
Burkina Faso.
Drago!
Wait, Drago. I don't know what that is. But he is a second-team All-American in the triple jump. He just continued to get better and better as the season progressed. But we have to have a first-team All-American on the show returning. It's Allie Zealand. It isn't easy getting Allie Zealand on the show these days. Big time. Yeah. She has a lot of media obligations that she has to get to. So we thank you, Allie Zealand, for making time for us here at the Flame.
She's got her own handler here that's just like helping her get around. It's crazy. Has it been a whirlwind?
Just flew from New York on Good Morning America.
Yes.
Love it, Allie.
Yeah. Congratulations, Allie. This is just so cool to see you continue to get better and better as your young career here at Liberty. What was it like in this 3K race at Indoor Nationals that was maybe different from some of your other races?
Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. My first time at indoor nationals, so definitely been a big goal to get there since high school, and making outdoor nationals and then making cross-country nationals. This was the next one up, so it feels good to have all 3 of those behind me, some good experience. But yeah, it was definitely a different race experience being on the 3K indoors with such a competitive field. Making indoor nationals is hard. And so like just being there is almost like harder than the actual race. So it was just a relief to be there.
What makes it harder to make indoor nationals than outdoor?
There isn't a regional qualifying race. You have to qualify by time. So
that's right.
To be able to make it, I had to run a certain time. And thankfully I did that early in the season, but the whole season I just had to wait to make sure no one ran faster than my time to knock me out. So it was a little bit of a stressful season waiting, but such a relief to be there.
What do you feel like, you talking about those experiences, now you've been to nationals, what's maybe something that you take away, you're still young in your career, that you take with you after that you're like, okay, now I have that experience, is it, okay, now I just know what the race is like and the environment, or is it, okay, now training-wise what do you take away from that?
Yeah, it's definitely all sorts of things. The main ones probably being just the race, like racing the competitors.
Yeah.
It's not very often when I get to race the highest level of people all together, and especially a bunch of those people I raced were young, and so I'll be racing them the rest of my career, and just learning how they race, learning what it feels like to be on the line with them is great experience. And indoor nationals will be in Arkansas again next year, and so getting a feel for the facility was something huge that I needed because it was my first time being there. So yeah, just experience mostly in those sorts of things.
And that's a special facility for you. What went down in that Arkansas facility back in the day?
Yeah, it was I think 24 years ago when my mom won the NCAA mile in there. So she was a national champion on that track many years ago, and so being back there this year, it was her first time at the track since she won, so it was very special for us to be there together. And
I'm getting a little bit emotional.
He's a crier.
Tough.
Yeah. So you didn't make it in the mile, but is that a goal? Are you one of those people that like write down it sounds like it, like your goals before the season, your bathroom mirror and stuff like that, and you've checked off so many of those goals, but is that like your next step, is the mile? Like is that your favorite race that you want to maybe progress in and improve in?
Yes, definitely. Especially with my mom being a miler, I knew it's in the genes. So I feel like I've always been looking at the mile, and I think the more I develop, the more I'll go to the mile because I think it will be my specialty. So I'm enjoying to play around with some other distances now, but the mile is definitely my favorite. So,
is it?
Looking forward to when I can go all in on that, which hopefully will be next year, but we'll see.
Yeah.
When you are racing, because a lot of times in these races you get into, like, you get way out ahead of everybody, right? And then you get into you spoke about a little bit about it, but when you get into the national deal, do you have a strategy that you stick to, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not deviating from that? Or does it change? Does your strategy change when you get into like these national races against, like, the competition's going to be really good?
Yeah, it's definitely different depending on who I'm racing with, the competition. But my typical racing style is a sit and kick. I love to
sit and kick.
Sit and kick, yeah. Wait until the last. Usually my go-to has been like 600 to 400 meters to go. Is when I usually just start to like build momentum. But I'm one of those runners that doesn't do as well leading races, and so throughout the season, most of the time when I am the one trying to win races or trying to run fast times on my own, I'll have to lead races, which isn't my favorite thing, but that's why I just love coming to these national races where I can just run behind these great athletes and let them do the hard mental work of leading the races.
While you're in the race and it's a national race, and do you ever, while you're running, you're thinking like, whew, this pace is a little quicker than what I was expecting, but you got to stay into the top pack, right? Mm-hmm. And do do you feel yourself like, hey, you got to push yourself to be up there, and then you get to that 400 to 600 meters to go, and like, ooh, I wonder how much I got left in the tank right here. Are those the thoughts that are going through your head? Oh, yes, definitely in distance running especially. I feel like half of the race is mental. Just being able to think like positive thoughts and think thoughts that are going to help you is so much of it, because I believe that like if you think you can do it and if you put yourself in the position to, you may surprise yourself and you may end up feeling better than you do in the moment. And so that's something that I'm always wrestling with through races, just making sure I'm telling myself I'm comfortable, telling myself I'm where I'm supposed to be, and being confident in my coaches and what they're telling me to do from the sidelines. And so definitely just, yeah, it's hard to stay confident sometimes when it gets very hard, but it's definitely pays off to stay in it. Yeah. And for this race, I definitely, I made a move with a K to go when I thought I had a little more in the tank than I did. But it's 1,000% worth it looking back, because I would rather finish and know I gave it all than finish and not
had some left.
Yeah, and had some left.
It was awesome. I'll try to remember to put this clip right here. But whenever you were making that move with their like a K or an 800 to go, the broadcast cut to the BYU coach, and what did she say? Like,
she was like, "She's coming.
She's coming."
Yeah.
You made that move. But I wanted to ask you, because we see your like how you've improved with your times and physical, and you talked a little bit about mentally. How do you think you have grown mentally since your time running in college at this level?
There's been definitely a lot of growth that I've seen in the past like year and a half, and I think a lot of that comes from just surrounding myself with just such like solid Christian teammates, because this is something that's so unique about Liberty is our team is so grounded in the Bible and in the Lord, and we spend so much time together just like talking about what it means to run for the Lord and run like in honor of Him and just to glorify His name. And so that just helps me take so much pressure off of myself, and like with the knowledge that is just so like just so ingrained into our like program. We always talk about it, and so it's like ingrained into myself now that like I don't run for the results, for what I can get out of it, but I run for the glory of the Lord and to enjoy these talents that He's given me. And so that's something that I've really been able to learn more about and experience more since I've come to Liberty.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. What is the next few weeks, whatever, look like? Like, do you have like, okay, I'm gonna take a little downtime here before outdoor kicks in? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, so I, especially after such a big season, I'll take a little bit of time.
Cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outdoor,
1 week.
Yeah.
One week of pizza,
pure
cinnamon
cheat
rolls,
meals. Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles, Frosted Flakes.
When's your next
all
outdoor
of it.
race?
Enjoy it.
We don't know for sure yet, but probably I'll have another 4 or 5 weeks until I
okay.
open. So I
Plenty
do
of
have
time.
Okay, so
some
you
time.
can do a week of cinnamon.
3-day binger at minimum.
The CC's buffet.
CC's buffet.
This is why Joe hasn't run the mile.
Hibachi house. I enjoy all these things without even doing anything.
This is just
Anything
a normal
difficult.
do for Joe.
This is a normal week for me.
Oh, I did go get ice cream right after I finished the race.
You little devil.
Okay.
You.
Do you have like after races? Do you have like
Splurge.
a tradition or anything that you like to do?
Definitely a little splurge. Go somewhere, get ice cream or get some dessert that I normally wouldn't get. But yeah, we definitely enjoyed the Arkansas food after my race.
Nice.
Good.
Some barbecue and some ice cream. So it was fun to do a little splurge. But yeah, I'll take a few days to rest now, and then I'll get back into training. Yeah, and get ready for outdoor, because the time does go by quickly. 5 weeks will be gone in a second, and I'm definitely like one of those people that is always looking to the next thing, and it's sort of hard for me to rest, but I'm trying to enjoy this time right now.
See, runners are true athletes here on Liberty's Mountain, because you have cross country, indoor track, outdoor track, no days off. Yeah. But when you think about first team All-American, you got 5th in the 3K and 8:45. Where does that rank in all of your accomplishments so far in college?
Ooh, it's definitely got to be one of the top ones. I mean, even just knowing all that went into this race. The week before, I hurt my hamstring, and like 1 week out wasn't able to run. I was in so much pain, and so this race was so much of just like a testimony to like God's goodness, and just like it forced me to trust in him more, and like the time and the place aside, like what he did in my own heart and just the ways I saw him work, like puts this race as one of the top ones. And the time along with that is great, 1 second off my PR. And even just, 5th place at nationals is sort of hard for me to believe still.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
So I still haven't really like processed that completely, but just, right now, just in awe of, God's goodness and just his faithfulness to me in this past week.
When Joe was supposed to run the mile 3 years ago, he blamed it on the hamstring.
It's
Still
lingering. You know those soft tissue injuries just linger.
I think Allie's inspiring me right now.
Is she?
Yeah. See, you and
go
Callie
eat ice cream?
Emily and Callie used to team up against me, and Callie looked at me like, dude, you're not running no mile.
That's true.
Allie's so encouraging.
She was a little negative.
She's a little bit negative.
Yeah.
I think she was a realist. Yeah. I think Callie was a realist.
I think Allie
needs to be
believes in me.
Yeah.
She knows I'm special.
Yes.
She knows that people like me, right? And I see, and I think you know about the mile, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think, Allie, I'm not saying you have to show up or anything, but if you could just shoot me a text and say, Joe,
you got this.
Try to make it further from the couch to the fridge.
Yeah.
Today,
Some of that positive.
So you can do this.
Kind of
you
stuff.
can just every once in a while, just give me a little self-talk because I'm getting tired of listening to this nonsense.
Yeah.
Allie, your mom is your coach. I'm so curious to know how your relationship has grown. Because I don't know. What kind of coach is she? Is it hard to have your mom like the one who might have to be a little harsh sometimes with practicing and those workouts? So how has that progressed?
It's great. I love having her as a coach. I mean, especially growing up in a running family. I've always loved running. She always has, and so it's always been something we've bonded over. And now that's taken it to another level with her being my coach. But it's been great. I mean, we talk about everything together, and we both are super fascinated in just the details behind training and all the different things we can do to make me better as an athlete. And so just both of our extreme interest in it definitely is unique. And so it's been great to just get to know her more through this, spend a lot of time with her, traveling on these trips, and just seeing her every day. But
does she train with you?
Sometimes she does. She'll go on runs with me sometimes.
Yeah.
She did my warm up with me before my race, and it's super great. She's super supportive, and it's just so fun to have her around, and it makes it so much more so much more comfortable to be in these places, and just to have her there all the time is just super great.
But you're like, hey, Mom, you better work that NIL money. What's going on?
Right? Yeah.
I'm kidding.
That's not a bad idea. One thing I could do is I could be your agent. I could negotiate you a heck of a contract.
You're doing just fine.
I'm just trying to make you a couple more bucks.
Yeah.
Does your mom still hang over I'm still a national champion in the mile and all that, or
not really, honestly? She
not being competitive that extreme.
I'm much more competitive than she is.
Oh, really?
So I always look at that national record and those national championship, I guess, and school records, and I want to get those, and she's like, "Oh, go for it." Yeah. I'm like, "Okay, I'll go for it."
I have a question for you. Do you ever get on that machine that hooks you up and tests you what your VO2 max is?
I haven't, no.
You've never done that?
I actually haven't.
Oh my God.
So that's another excuse.
They have that. Hey, they have that here at Liberty.
They do, yeah.
You need to get hooked up to that thing.
I think she's doing just fine.
No. The reason you get hooked up is I bet it's off the charts. Incredible. I want to know what Allie Zealand's VO2 max is.
Yeah.
I'll see Allie from time to time at LaHaye in the mornings. Sometimes you'll be in there on the treadmill.
Yes.
So I'll usually like to get on the treadmill and sort of just try to go whatever she's set at, I'll just bump it up a tenth of a mile faster just for about 45 seconds, and then we'll shut it down and get out of here. But yeah, all right.
And
just to
kind of 13 miles.
Yeah, she's I've been going for 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, last one for me. What's your favorite workout? Are you more of a speed, short distance, but
kicker.
Lots of reps,
She's
or are you longer runs?
Definitely not longer runs. 400s 400s are my favorite.
Really?
400s or Ks or anything that's like intervals. I love being on the track and having those workouts that just like don't take too long but are super hard. And
if you do a 400 workout, you would do specifically, hey, we're just doing 400s today, right?
Yeah.
Roughly how many will you do?
Usually about 16. Usually we do 4 sets of 4x400 meters.
Okay, what times will you do the?
Can I guess?
The 400s in.
65.
Oh no way.
That's too fast.
Way too fast.
Too fast.
60.
Okay, 70.
Usually about 70.
70,
yes.
70, 72.
You're doing 16.
If I'm doing 16, yeah.
Yeah, 16's a lot.
Oh yeah. But if I were to do just a couple, maybe I'd get down to 65. But that's
and then
pretty
what's
fast
your
for
rest
me.
in between each one?
Usually just like a minute or less.
Oh,
Usually
okay.
just
Yeah.
do a little jog.
Joe, go for one of the
400.
4x4s.
Yeah, or just one 400.
Or just one 400.
Let's start the
Hey,
basics.
Allie, I did a workout in high school as a former 400 meter runner.
Here we go.
I
Was this
remember-
back in Fairfax County?
Yes, it is from Fairfax County, where the Flames will be playing against George Mason in the NIT.
Have you heard
tournament.
about people that live in the glory days? Yeah. You're about to. Go ahead. Yeah.
Five 400s, all under 60.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Five 400s, all under 60. That was a hard workout.
Yeah. I
But-
can't even do one of
Still
those.
tired from it.
I'm so tired. I'm fascinated.
Lingering
I am
hamster.
fascinated with track times. I'm a big
Yeah.
track time guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know the distance stuff as well.
Watch.
Yeah.
Sprinter guy.
Yeah.
Allie, thank you so much for coming on. I'm
Congratulations.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's bring it back to
absolutely.
Allie.
You are
Yeah.
awesome, Allie.
Yeah.
Oh,
You are
thank
awesome.
guys so much.
We're so blessed to have you here at Liberty. Don't go
And
anywhere.
all these, like you said, you're going to these young girls that you're going against, or young women that you're going against, and they're going to be around, right? You're going to race against them a bunch, right?
yes.
Eye of the tiger.
Oh,
Eye of the
yes.
tiger.
You know what they're all
Take
saying?
them down. They don't
They're
want.
all saying, she's coming.
She's coming. Yes. Yes.
How about we make sure that they are eating plenty of ice cream
Yes.
and like
We'll
the
have
cinnamon
them
rolls.
celebrate.
Yeah.
We'll have them celebrate.
Yeah. Guys, got anything
No,
else for
that was
Allie?
great.
Allie, you're
Allie,
awesome.
thanks so
Thank you
much.
guys
We're
so
excited
much.
to see what you're going to do in outdoor.
Aw, thank you guys so much.
Allie Zealand, what a joy.
Oh, great.
So great having her on.
great.
Joe's motivated.
Yeah.
Good things happening.
Yeah.
She really inspired me.
Yeah.
I can tell. Excited to see what she's able to do in outdoor.
Still
in that
young.
1500.
Still
Yes.
young in her career. Like so much time left.
And you could see it. You're right. She has the eye of the tiger. She
Yeah.
is going to be a national champion.
Predict it now.
In the 1500.
No, predict it now. I want to.
You heard it here first.
Honestly, this is like bowl predictions.
Yeah.
Football season bowl predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Bowl predictions is: will Allie Zealand, before the end of her career at Liberty University, win a national championship in an event? Let's go.
Yes, the 1500.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be her senior season.
That's a lot of pressure though too. Like not like with her mom having won one, like to come in with that kind of pressure.
know-
And she's obviously done
Do you know how
fantastic
hard
with
that
all of
is?
Yeah.
That's insane. And you know, you have. It's not just yourself, but the stars have to line up with the.
You're
other
gonna doubt?
With
You're doubting Allie Zealand?
I mean, I just think it's. I'm gonna. It's hard. I mean, because you're not just in track. It's like you're not just yourself. Like she could be. She could have a.
Well, every
she could
race
win.
has
She
such
could
a
win
life
a
of
way.
its own.
She could have a year where she runs a time that she would have won a national championship. But there just happens to be one more person out there.
Yeah.
That's a few seconds.
Allie
behind.
Zealand,
I mean,
we believe in
two-
you.
You know
Emily
what?
and I believe in you,
know
Allie.
what?
Don't listen to Joe.
You know what?
Don't listen
You know
to
what?
Joe.
Here's what
Look, I could see
Listen.
when she mentioned that she's more competitive than her mom. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that she is just like determined.
Listen. You said yes, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. You know, I'm not. I'm usually professor of positivity. I don't think she can do it.
This is I see what
I
you're
don't
doing.
think. I don't
see
think
what
she
you're
can
You
doing.
know what
right
that
now.
is?
I think it's too much.
I see what you're
I
doing.
think it's
Bulletin
too
board
much.
material.
I see what you're doing.
It's too much.
Okay. Hey, last week, every week, Joe walks into the podcast set and is like, "Oh, I parked in the construction parking. I slid in through the fence.
It's tight.
Yeah.
It holds me accountable.
Yeah, right.
It holds me accountable.
Right.
every week
little
the
fence.
last
Yeah,
month.
you're looking at that second bowl ice cream.
Listen,
like,
Melissa,
I don't think I'd be able to fit through.
I don't think
Better
I'll
not.
fit through the fence.
Yeah.
And then when you fit through a little easier, you're like, oh, you're doing good this week.
Yeah.
Good job,
Yeah,
Joe. I just
good job, Joe.
deserve a little treat.
Pat yourself on the
Well,
back.
I walk out last week after Joe and I wrap up the show, which was hilarious, by the way, if you didn't listen, when Joe asked me about field hockey. And I thought I had like postpartum brain, like, why is he asking me about
Did you hear
field
about this?
hockey
No.
right now? You didn't listen?
I didn't get to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you act like you had something to do.
I was sorry.
We were laughing really hard.
Joe was like, oh, so what's going on with the field hockey team? And I was just like, so caught off guard because I'm just thinking in my head, it's lacrosse in the spring.
No.
It's field hockey in the fall is what I'm thinking in my head. But I'm like, do I have them switched? And I'm like I was so dumbfounded. But I always remember that we went to the national championship.
We need to check in on field hockey.
Yeah.
Let's
And
get
he's
a
like
check.
on me about not knowing about like a field hockey update. And then we're leaving and I'm like, Joe, field hockey's in the fall. And he's like, oh my gosh, Matt's never going to let us do a show again by ourselves.
You and
It's probably
Naz
best
are on the
watch.
plane.
Yeah.
No, we guys are getting,
We were racing to the airport.
Yeah, it all went.
So anyways, I walk out to go get my computer or something out of the car and I just see the lights of a parking attendant and handing Joe. I literally got a picture.
I get a
of
picture.
Joe.
I'm on the plane and I get a picture from Emily of you, this guy handing you what looked to be a ticket. But apparently, how did it all go down?
It was a warning.
Warning.
Written
warning.
Liberty folks are understanding.
Right.
They're
They
full.
showed grace.
It's a university built on mercy. It's a university built on grace.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while you show Joey Yock a little bit of mercy and grace.
Yeah.
And then when I was coming in today, I did happen to peek into the construction
Yeah.
parking lot
Yeah.
because it's raining out a lot.
Right. It was raining.
And so I peeked in there, and you know what they had?
What's that?
It was like from a movie or something. There was a guy in a truck with his lights on right
waiting
there. It was like he was revving his engine.
Yeah.
Like if I pull in here, he's gonna
Yeah.
ram me to get out. So I was like, I'll go park in the parking garage.
Yeah.
I'll obey the rules.
I love how he's talking about grace. I wish I could like mesh together all the times that he bragged about that and be like, no, he thought he was getting away with this.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on the field, on the diamond with Liberty Athletics. Softball getting back to their winning ways, 4-game winning streak.
Yeah, swept Middle Tennessee.
Thank you, Dot.
Yeah, Dot's getting them turned around.
Dot will
Shout
turn
out
it
to
around.
Camden Anders, who threw a no-hitter in
Yep.
that middle game when they won 9-0. So the Bats are, coming alive.
Get the Bats
They're
alive.
continuing on the road. Joe actually called it last week, said, hey, these road games, the team's going to come together
Bonding.
along road
They're going
trip.
to UTEP next, so you'll have plenty of time to
Yes.
bond out there.
Yep. Bond over some incredible Mexican food
Yeah,
in
yeah,
El
that
Paso.
sounds
Yum.
great.
Okay, and then let's get to baseball. Baseball lost 2 of 3 to Missouri State. Yeah, Matt.
Frustrating
What do you think?
series. Liberty blew a 3-2 lead in the 8th in the first game, blew an 11-8 lead in the 9th in the second game before finally winning the series finale. So frustrating that you feel like, man, they should have won the series at minimum, had an opportunity to sweep. Didn't do it. We think back to last year, of course, they struggled in Conference USA games. And Liberty had been playing so well coming in.
Right.
So,
What was it, 10-game win
Yeah,
streak, I
so
think. Yeah.
frustrating outcome there. And you don't have much time to dwell on it. You have 2 midweek games this week. You go at number 24 Wake Forest on Tuesday, home against number 9 Virginia on Wednesday. So they're going to get tested here in the midweek against those 2 squads from the ACC. So
Wednesday,
it's gonna flip it quick.
this little storm's coming through.
It's cold. It's supposed to be like 40
Oh, is it
degrees.
Wednesday? It's that cold? Or
Yeah.
did it warm up?
No, it's going to be cold. Cold.
No,
cold.
I don't think it warms up until like Tuesday or Thursday. But one more quick thing back. We're going way back to the beginning of the show. Kennesaw State obviously winning the CUSA tournament and going to March Madness. Is
who
this
they-
a tournament team
Like just, are they
in
good
terms
enough?
of talent?
Yes.
They're really good.
They're really
They were
good?
the best
Okay.
team I saw at the tournament.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were.
Because, sometimes the best team doesn't win the tournament and they
Right.
get to go to March
Who do they
Madness and all
get?
that. So I was just
is it-
curious,
is
is
it
this the
Gonzaga?
best team at playing in the conference right now to represent Conference USA?
What seed they get and who?
Oh, they got a 14. Yeah,
14.
Gonzaga is who they get in the first round.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that'll
remember-
that'll leave a mark.
This is a Kansas State team that lost their best player mid-season to
Betting?
to point shaving. Like one of their best. It was
Are
the
you
leading,
serious?
leading
Yes.
scorer in the country or in the conference.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Simeon Cottle, mid-season, and they lose him, a senior, one of the best players in program history.
Whatever happened with that?
And I don't know, but
Okay.
They have had 3 freshmen that have been
FBI.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so they're legit. They're legit, and they got better and better as the season went.
That's all you can ask for, and when you're representing a conference.
There was
going
not
to the
anything
tournament.
fluky about them because they don't play a style where like, oh man, they just happen to hit 16 threes this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they are just relentless.
Yeah.
And
Super
really good
athletic.
defensively, super long.
Yeah.
They were a problem. I will be interested to see how they play against Gonzaga. Obviously, they won't be favored or anything, but like, it'll be interesting to see.
Do
Yeah.
some of the play-in games, does everything start Thursday, or do they do some play-in games on Wednesday?
No, I
think it's Thursday.
It's all Thursday.
No, the play-in stuff is before that.
It is.
Oh
Yeah.
that
It's,
must be Tuesday, Wednesday, because then your bracket gets completely set.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you
Yeah,
have
it's
that we
early in
have
the
to
week.
do by
Now,
Thursday.
how many of those, like, to me, there seemed like they're doing a lot more of those games. Is that
I
true?
think it's just the 4 games,
I
right?
think
The first
it was,
4
it
games.
was
It's
just
4
the 4
games.
last year too.
Yeah, but you get like 2 that are, well, you have one with 2 that are 11 seeds that play in. So like Miami of Ohio is in one of those games.
What's
They
that?
lost.
Yeah.
What's that SMU matchup?
That's Miami of Ohio, SMU.
That's why Miami Ohio, because
Yeah.
Miami Ohio went undefeated
Yeah.
the whole season, and then they lost in the first round, didn't they?
I think so.
Yeah, their first game.
Yeah, and so that was their first loss of the
UMass.
season.
Yeah.
And so now that SMU.
Yes, they got in. but they're in
SMU is
the-
good.
SMU
Yeah.
is good. Yeah, so it'll be a tough one for them for Miami of Ohio to win that game.
You're listening to the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia. Remember, you can schedule an appointment. Visit orthovirginia.com. Do you want me to tell my quick local news story?
Tell your quick before the mailbag.
Because I'm walking in. It's like my first month on the
Severe
job.
weather in Lynchburg today, if people didn't know. Like
Yeah.
they closed
School
schools.
canceled. They closed Lynchburg City schools.
I don't know about that, but
Bedford County
did. Yeah.
closed.
Yeah.
You know what isn't closed? The Flame Central podcast.
You know what?
We're
We're here.
here risking our lives.
We are
Powered by
for you.
OrthoVirginia.
And I was risking my life. I'm probably 21, 22 years old in Amarillo. So it's already scary for me to move out there because tumbleweeds are real.
knock
And
you
they're the
over.
size of me. And I was just like scared of that. But the news director comes in. I'm in the sports office at the time. And she's like, I need you to go storm chasing. And I go, oh, I'm actually
They
the
said
new.
that to us.
I would be all about it.
They
No.
said that to us.
I would totally do it.
I look at her and I go, oh no, Nylin, I'm actually this new sports girl. I don't know anything about weather. So she's like, no. Everyone, it's all hands on deck when there's severe weather in Amarillo. And you're talking, if you don't know Amarillo, you're
Yeah.
talking in the box of Texas, like smack down in the middle. There's no mountains. The wind is crazy. The hail is like the size of baseball or grapefruits. It's insane.
lives
So
in
I get out and I'm like,
awful.
okay, so do I get to take like a big SUV, like to go storm chasing? No, we're in like one of those little box cars that like hamsters are, singing
yeah.
in the commercial.
Kia Soul.
Yeah, a Kia Soul that I'm going storm chasing in like 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts and that hail and everything.
Just rolling it, just blowing it down the
was
road.
the most terrifying experience I've ever had. So I survived that.
Did you enjoy
Breaking
it?
news.
You don't seem
No.
like you would enjoy it.
No.
Matt
I was
and I
an emotional
would love
disaster.
that.
Yeah.
Matt, how
Well-
much fun would we have doing that?
Oh, we'd have a blast.
Well, there was like a tornado that was it didn't touch down, but it was like going, and I was with one of our meteorologists,
We'd
and
be
I'm
like
driving.
Twister 3, like
Oh
you
my
and I.
gosh, you guys would be.
Dorothy.
Yeah.
You know the Dorothy?
Dorothy,
Those-
yeah,
Dorothy.
they send-
you
yeah,
gotta
they-
throw the thing.
yeah,
That's
and
you and I.
goes up
Throw
in a
it back!
tornado, yeah.
Throw it!
Yeah.
You'd be,
Doug is on the laptop in there being like, we got to go west. We got to go west. I'm like cutting through dirt roads and stuff. Like,
Ken, you guys are going
Fields.
live, and Ken is switching between the two camera angles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That'd be
no.
unbelievable.
So
I'm
you
driving.
can see.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
okay,
I hated driving because you have the meteorologist just hanging out of the window with this 30-pound camera, and he's like, keep going north. And I'm like looking north because you can see forever in Amarillo and like all the farmland and all that. And I'm just like, north? We're literally driving into the tornado. I'm not driving north.
That's why it'd be called storm chasing.
Yeah, it was awful, but I survived that one. A week later, I'm in studio, and the meteorologist, we had to like go off the air because a tornado was ripping through downtown Amarillo, and I'm hugging onto the plumbing in the bathroom of this news station, and I'm just like,
To be
I'm
fair,
gonna
that was
die.
a lot of Friday nights back then.
And I literally was okay. I literally thought that I was going to die storm chasing or getting taken away by a tornado in Amarillo, Texas, to chase the dream of being a host for the Flame Central podcast presented by OrthoVirginia.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But anyways,
okay.
Let's do the
mailbag. All right.
Every time I turn around, you make me smile. Mailbag.
Is that the lyrics?
No. No. All right.
No.
Just one today. Comes to us from Bob. He says,
Bap.
good
Hey,
morning.
Bap.
Short and sweet. He says, do you think we'll be able to keep Brett Decker, or will there be a big Power 4 offer coming for him? Well, there's going to be plenty of offers.
There's definitely going to be offers.
He's going to get, I mean, he could potentially see 7-figure offer, I think. So
that is insane.
You serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
You serious, Chloe?
I mean, he has the second leading, right? The second
three-point percentage in the nation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big question.
Well, there's the answer to that.
You already lose 8 guys that are graduating. So here's what it comes down to, and we talk about it all the time when it comes to this stuff. And this is the age, unfortunately, that we live in, right? But how much does he like this place and what this program is about, and what can Liberty do to try to take care of him, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Listen, the situation at this level is you're probably never going to match a Big Ten, SEC, ACC team dollar for dollar. But can you do enough for guys that want to be here and enjoy being here, for them to say, like, okay, I can do it for that, because this place is, the Richie McKay factor. It's different. It's not just all about basketball. You got to take care of them for sure. But yeah, it's going to be.
And some of that will open up, you would think, because of Zach Cleveland and some of those other guys, like big time.
Listen, I can guarantee you the number one priority for Richie McKay and his staff is trying to keep and take care of Brett Decker, and they will do everything they can to do that.
You know what makes it tough on Coach McKay is that these spots open up, right? So now he'll have an idea what his value is.
Yeah.
Well, what makes it hard on Coach McKay is when you have so many guys that are leaving, right? He'll go out and he'll do a great job, whether through high school and whether through the transfer portal, of bringing in, knowing what his needs are and bringing those in. But if you're Brett Decker there, you're sitting there going, okay, like, well, who is it?
Who's coming back?
Who's coming back? Who's my team? Like, how good are we going to be? Because the hardest part would be, like, okay, I'm buying into everything that's Liberty and the program Coach McKay runs, and I'm turning down this, right? Not knowing what the team is looking like for the following season and how good we can be, because obviously he's going to want to win a conference title.
Well, you look at the track record. There was a couple of times that Liberty's lost a big group of players. Maybe not this large of a group, but the success that McKay's been able to. And
the high school recruiting that, like, they've gotten a couple big name players, correct?
They have some good players coming in.
So, like, they've got some really, like, that. Yeah. Like, here's some big name players that are coming from high school. Now it's like, okay, like, how long can you hold off of Brett Decker and say, just let me get our roster squared away and see, then at that point to make a decision between a team that's offering him a ton of money and him going, hey, we need you to make a decision now, because we're also looking at offering this guy. Like, it puts him in a really difficult spot.
There's probably a lot of communication. Again, this is just speculation. I don't know this, with him on that of like, in this situation, you're not probably doing this or want to do this every year, but like, hey, all right, here's what I can tell you right now. We've got these 4 guys that we're in on that's looking for, like, you're probably trying to communicate some of that stuff if he has those concerns. Because, and listen, I saw the Belmont head coach, who's now took the Kansas State job, earlier this year, like a month ago, was on a show where he said, oh, yeah, people are tampering with our players like crazy, like during the season.
Yeah, during the season.
Like, they're reaching out saying, we'll give you this next year, we'll give you this, we'll give you this. So there's probably a lot more, they're probably a lot further down the line than we would expect. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on, too. But that's
job
number one for sure.
It is job number one, but I just, in this day and age, how do you blame a player if they have those numbers?
And we saw that Richie said that this past year with Owen Aquino. He's like, High Point paid him a ton.
Right.
And he's like, how am I going to tell a kid from Spain who came up with nothing that, like, go. If you can get that, like,
100%.
go get it. Like, good for you. Like,
and once again, this goes back to my argument, and that thing that happened with the football player at University of Washington, the quarterback, Charlie, is it's contracts. Yeah. You got to get these contracts down, because then if you're under you're under a 3-year deal, 2-year deal, whatever, then they can't tamper with you. Yeah. Then you can get them. Then you can hold the player from the Liberty side. If you sign a 3-year deal with us, like, you can hold them accountable to that deal. And that's what happened with the quarterback at Washington. Is he signed the deal, and then somebody else came in and they said, "Oh, we'll give you $6 million." And he's like, "Well, maybe that deal doesn't count." Yeah. Right? Well, they came back and they got bickering about it, and it counted, and he's back at Washington. Yeah. And so I think that's a big piece of the puzzle to keep this tampering and, getting people, what's my team going to look like next year if you can get them under contract. Contracts, baby.
Speaking of football, hopefully we'll be able to break down more of that. It's already been a very long show, so the CUSA schedule was released, but we will break all that down on next week's podcast. Hopefully we'll talk in a little spring ball next week as well. Shout out to Allie Zealand once again for coming on the show this week. Thanks for who was our
Bob was on the mailbag.
Bob.
Way to go, Bob.
Yep.
Thanks
good question.
for
sign him, Bob.
Sign him, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, you can send your deposit.
I'm sure Richie would take any donation.
Central.
Yeah.
Remember, you can be a part of the show. FlameCentral@liberty.edu.
Sign up for the bracket challenge on ESPN. Flame Central podcast. Sign up.
Can't wait to win it again this year. For Matt and Joe, I'm Emily. We'll see you next week.